What's going on, everyone? So, as promised, a few more videos from down here within the rock room, the Tales from the Rail, as it were. Happy New Year! About 4 days behind, but this week had to be work related. So now it's Friday, ready to get started on a few more videos for you. So first and foremost, though, notice the shirt. If you guys ever get a chance, check this band out, Necrogoblicon. You won't be disappointed. Google it. Probably find it actually on my page too. So. A lot of people had asked how this whole thing started. What's the origin of Front Row Bobby? Well, page was not called that at the beginning. Actually, it was just called my name, which if you do enough digging, you could probably find my name. But back in 2018, I was sent a quick message. Actually, a friend of mine told me that, hey, Drew and Mike podcast mentioned your name. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I checked it out, reached out to them. They reached back out to me, a little bit of back and forth. They wanted an interview with who's this guy in all these front row pictures and all these front row videos. Let's see if we can get a quick interview with them. So August 8th, 2018. You can find it if you want to out there. Drew and Mike podcast reached out to me, did an interview, about 22 minutes long. I'll let you check it out if you want to. So, but that really started, getting a whole lot more people to my page. The subscribers jumped up, and then flash forward to 2019. I had gone to Disturbed show here in Detroit, then went over to Grand Rapids for a Disturbed show, and in the comments was a comment by one of my top followers, top fans, Wyatt Hagel. Good to see you, Wyatt. He put a comment, said, Front Row Bobby at it again. Sounds like a good name for a page. So, Front Row Bobby at that point, March, I think it was 9th is what it was, 8th or 9th in that area, was launched as my YouTube page. After that, the rest is, as you would say, kind of history. So I'm going to have some stories. Going to be probably 3, 4, maybe even a 5-part series. But I'm going to start with giving you a quick little overview of just panoramic of what is in here. You got set lists, you got posters, you got autographs, you got meet and greets. You got over on the floor there a Metallica Beach Ball from the M72 show here in Detroit. Maiden collectibles, you name it, we're going to get into it. And as a matter of fact, the Maiden wing or corner probably going to have a series of its own. So what I want to do is just give you a general idea of some of the stuff that we've collected over the years. By count, there's been, I don't know, between 17, 18, and 19. I think there's right around 77, 78 shows that were attended. Couldn't even tell you how many bands. You guys can look through my page. It's all there. You can even go back to 2016 and see the first video I ever posted. It wasn't front row. It's actually front row side stage, but I'll let you check that out. So I'm going to start over in this corner, right here, front corner, a few things of what we've got and what we've been able to do. So did a little meet and greet with Pop Evil. Got that autographed. Got on the Christmas list. Get a nice Christmas card each and every year. Had another CD autograph. Basically, we had time to walk around for about 30 to 45 minutes and talk to the band, take pictures, swap stories, get things signed. Over at the Coliseum in Windsor, did a little meet and greet with 3 Days Grace. Actually, one of the cooler meet and greets that we ever did. If you can see this, it's actually a nice guitar pick that is a plasma cut out of a cymbal that was used and played. They let us stand on the stage. They let us play the drums. They let us play guitar. Had a punch bowl full of picks. Said go ahead and grab a punch, grab a handful. No problem. A lot of fun that was. Through here, a little bit more of some Pop Evil, but I want to draw your attention up to here at the machine shop, and was taking in a nice little evening with Pop Evil, and went to their merch booth. And in their merch booth, they had some handwritten lyrics. Lead singer Lee had written them down. Unfortunately, it wasn't the song I was looking for. I was looking for the song Seattle Rain. Happened to be Mrs. FRB, a favorite song by Pop Evil. So asked him, hey, can this be done? Said, yeah, no big deal. So what you're seeing here, the framed version of it, this was actually handwritten by Lee probably half hour, 45 minutes before they hit the stage in the machine shop. One of the things that I thought was one of the cooler things that we were able to do. Yeah, I mean, I paid for it, but it was nice that someone actually hand wrote it for us. So one of my favorites. What you got from Las Vegas this past summer, went and saw Godsmack and Stained. Down here, you got yourself a nice Scott Weiland autographed STP shirt from One Stone Temple Pilots Play the Machine Shop. Down the bottom, that's back with Jeff Goot, when the new singer for STP at Freedom Hill. This picture was actually captured by one of our friends, Chris. He's got Instagram, great photographer, Detroit Rocks Chris. Check him out on Instagram. Won't be disappointed with his work. All right. Over this section, this is probably going to be about as much as we're going to be able to get into today because, as I stated, story behind everything. So, this is from the most recent Avatar show at Royal Oak Music Hall. Got the vids there. Basically, one of the last balloons popped, given to me right there in the front. I don't know, do I look like a kid? Probably not, but I got it. One of my favorite pieces right here, lyrics to the song Cool to Hate by The Offspring. I was back at Freedom Hill when this occurred. And the reason why this is so cool to me, they played the song one time and one time only at Freedom Hill. I was looking for a set list when we were all done. Couldn't get one, so I asked for that instead. They gave me the lyric sheet. So once again, it was only played, the best of my knowledge, one time in that 2018 tour with 311 when they played Freedom Hill. So you got a nice little set list here from Breaking Benjamin. Sometimes I crumple them up and throw them out there. A little bit of meet and greet with Disturbed. Disturbed set list down here. One of my favorite things is my Guar picture. My Guar shirt, I should say. This was over the summer at the Mudvayne show, and actually a little bit of a four-story before this. Nonpoint opened, they actually came on second, Butcher Babies first, then Nonpoint. Nonpoint had put up a little post and asked, hey, who's going to see us in Detroit? I responded, yeah, I'll be the gray-haired fucker with the white Guar shirt dead center. Sure enough, Nonpoint came out, and Elias looked right at me, he's like, aha. So he noticed that it was kind of cool they actually read a post. But I want you to zoom in the camera, zoom in here a little bit. You got the before picture, you got the after picture, and then you got what the Guar shirt looked like after it dried. So the whole thing here is, no, I did not stay like that the rest of the night. Always be prepared when you go to a show. If you don't know who the bands are, you should probably check them out on either YouTube, Instagram, Google, someplace, know what you're getting yourself into. Many people behind me didn't know what to expect from a Guar show. So I got a few more tips and tricks when we're done with this thing. But I want to just finish this little area real quick. My friends John, we were actually after the Metallica show at Comerica Park. This is a Hardwire tour. We were on a train the next day, headed to Toronto to go see Iron Maiden and then Metallica again. And my friend John said, hey, check this out. This was on in the Detroit News with a little bit of a cover from the Metallica show. So, sent me the original, made a picture of it because why not? It's there. I had mentioned our friend Chris before. Actually used to work and was a photographer. For Candlebox. So what we got was an actual side stage pass for Candlebox. So they played the Fillmore, formerly State Theater in Detroit. There's our tickets. Got a little photo. Got some pics. Very, very cool experience. Once again, those videos are also on the page. Little side project here. Altitudes and Attitude. That's Frank Bello and Dave Ellefson. The little side project. Played the Machine Shop. They had a very cool meet and greet that we got to go sit down, have dinner, swap stories. And one of the funny things is Frank Bello actually remembered, not me, remembered my daughter from a story that I told him from when my daughter and I met them. That's a story probably in the next episode. All right. Last but not least on this side, Shinedown. We saw them over in Belfast, Ireland. We were over there for an Iron Maiden show when we were previously over at Download Festival, long time bucket list thing. Got that set list. And it even says Belfast, Ireland on it, so it was very cool. So this is probably going to be about the end of the part one now. I just wanted to give a little bit of a taste, a little overview. But another thing I want to make sure that, because people ask, how do you get those seats? What do you do? Well, some cases, back in the day, it was easier to spend the money for the VIP, but you still got to get there early. Okay, so sometimes you just got to spend money. Other times, if there's no early entry, get there early. Okay, there's been many times I've been to a venue at 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you just have to get there early. all right? If you're going to have a life in the pit, if you're going to be on the rail, no drinking after noon. Going to cause problems. You usually don't get your spot back, so remember that little key nugget. Make friends with people who are down there. Get to know the people who are around you. And by all means, don't be a dick. You will not get the same spot the next time. So, get there early. Find out where they're going to open the doors. They let you in. You run like hell. Keep that in mind, okay? Anytime you're at LCA and you got to go to the floor, make sure you know where you got to go to the floor. Whenever you're at Pine Knob and you're going to go to the pit, make sure you know how to get to the pit. Same thing with Freedom Hill. So that's the tips and tricks for right now. That's a little bit of the tour. Give me about a week. I'm going to try and do one of these about a week leading up to the next set of shows, which is going to be Machine Head, and then the very next night, Living Color. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and say bye. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you soon.